Many people say that brown sugar is better for you than white sugar. You might hear this claim in cafes, see it on food blogs, or notice it in recipes labeled as healthier. And, the idea is quite common. It suggests that by choosing one type of sugar over another, you are making a significantly better decision for your body. But is this popular belief actually true? This essay will look at this question with a calm and balanced perspective. We will examine the facts using simple words and clear explanations, helping you understand what is really in your sugar bowl. The belief often stems from appearance and association. Brown sugar has a darker, more rustic look. This appearance can make it seem less processed and more natural. It often gets grouped with other dark-colored sweeteners like honey, maple syrup, which have their own health halos. By comparing them side by side on a nutritional level, we can see if the perceived health benefits of brown sugar hold up to scientific scrutiny. To understand the difference between brown and white sugar, it helps to know where they come from and how they are made. Both types originate from the same sources: sugar cane plant, sugar beet plant. Initial steps are identical. The plants are harvested, then crushed or sliced to extract their sugary juice. This raw juice is then purified. Impurities are removed like soil, plant fibers, and other non-sugar components. This process ensures the final product is clean and safe for consumption. After the initial purification, the juice is heated. Heating causes water to evaporate, which allows sugar crystals to form. At this stage, the crystals are still mixed with a dark, sticky syrup known as molasses. The raw sugar mixture is put into a centrifuge. The spinning separates solid crystals from the liquid molasses. What is left are the familiar sugar crystals we recognize. From this point, the journey determines whether sugar becomes white or brown. For white sugar, the process continues with further refining, resulting in pure white sucrose crystals. When we put brown sugar and white sugar side by side, the differences are surprisingly small. Calories and carbohydrates are the key factors, and they are nearly identical. A teaspoon of packed brown sugar, about 17 calories. A teaspoon of white sugar, about 16 calories. The tiny difference comes from smaller crystals packed more densely, and the molasses adding a bit of water weight. Practically, the caloric impact is the same. Both sugars are almost entirely sucrose carbohydrates. Your body breaks down sucrose from both the same way, turning it into glucose and fructose for energy. Neither sugar provides fiber, protein, or fat, so you get quick energy but very little nutritional value. For people monitoring carbs, like those with diabetes, there is no functional difference. Both affect blood sugar similarly. The healthier claim stems from mineral content. Brown sugar has trace minerals because of molasses: potassium, calcium, iron, magnesium. But the amounts are tiny. You'd need to eat a very large, unhealthy amount to get meaningful minerals. The idea that brown sugar is healthier than white sugar is a persistent myth, and there are several powerful reasons why it continues to thrive. One of the biggest drivers is marketing. Food companies are very skilled at using language and imagery to influence consumer choices. Words like natural, raw, unrefined. These terms evoke a sense of purity and wholesomeness, leading people to believe they are choosing something closer to its natural state, and therefore better for them. This marketing taps into a growing desire for clean eating and simple ingredients, even when the terms themselves are not strictly regulated or scientifically meaningful. Misunderstanding also plays a crucial role. Many people hear that molasses contains minerals like iron, potassium, which is true. They then make a logical leap, assuming that because brown sugar contains molasses, it must be a good source of these nutrients. This is a classic case of a little bit of information leading to a wrong conclusion. The context, that the amount of molasses in brown sugar is too small to offer any real health benefit, is often lost. Tradition and sensory experience add another layer of reinforcement to the myth. When we turn to the body of scientific evidence, the message from nutrition experts and health organizations is remarkably consistent, The primary health concerns related to sugar are linked to the total amount of added sugars in the diet, not the specific type. Major health bodies, including the World Health Organization, American Heart Association, recommend limiting the intake of added sugars from all sources. Their guidelines do not distinguish between brown sugar, white sugar, honey, high fructose corn syrup. The key issue is the quantity, as high consumption of added sugar is strongly associated with a range of health problems. Research consistently shows that diets high in added sugars contribute to an excess intake of calories, which can lead to weight gain and obesity over time. This, in turn, increases the risk for a number of chronic conditions, such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease. Furthermore, sugar provides what are often called empty calories, meaning it offers energy but lacks essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, fiber. When sugary foods and drinks displace more nutrient-dense foods in the diet, it can lead to nutritional deficiencies. The scientific consensus is that these effects are driven by the sugar molecule itself, regardless of its color or source. If the goal is to improve your health, focusing on reducing your total sugar intake is far more effective than simply swapping one type of sugar for another. Fortunately, there are many simple and practical steps you can take. One of the most powerful habits to develop is reading food labels. Packaged and processed foods are a major source of hidden sugars. Look for added sugars on the nutrition facts panel to see how much has been put in during processing. You might be surprised to find high amounts in foods you thought were healthy. Yogurt, granola bars, pasta sauce. Another highly effective strategy is to reduce or eliminate sugary drinks. Soda, sweetened iced teas, sports drinks, fruit juices. Replacing them with water, unsweetened tea, sparkling water can dramatically lower your daily sugar consumption. If you sweeten your coffee or tea, try gradually reducing the amount you add over a few weeks. Your taste buds will adapt over time, and you will start to appreciate the natural flavors of your beverages more. Many recipes will taste just as good with less sugar. While the health difference between brown and white sugar is negligible, the choice between them can matter when it comes to cooking and flavor. Brown sugar contains molasses, which is slightly acidic and hygroscopic. It attracts and holds onto moisture. This is why brown sugar is often preferred for soft, chewy cookies. Molasses also brings a deeper caramel or toffee-like flavor. Gingerbread, oatmeal cookies, rich fruitcakes. It also adds color and depth to glazes and barbecue sauces. White sugar is about 99.9% pure sucrose with a clean, neutral sweetness. That makes it ideal when you don't want to interfere with delicate flavors. Light, airy meringues, angel food cake, simple syrups for beverages. Without molasses moisture, white sugar tends to make crisper cookies. You can substitute one for the other, but expect slight changes to taste, color, and texture. Many people seek natural sweeteners, honey, maple syrup, agave nectar. They often seem healthier than table sugar. They are less processed and contain small amounts of antioxidants and minerals. Maple syrup has manganese and zinc. Raw honey has trace enzymes and pollen. But remember, they're still forms of sugar, high in calories and will affect blood sugar, like regular sugar. In the end, the debate between brown sugar and white sugar is much simpler than it seems. The evidence clearly shows they are nutritionally almost identical. Brown sugar is essentially white sugar with a small amount of molasses added. Different color, a slightly richer flavor, a minuscule amount of minerals. This tiny mineral content is not enough to provide any meaningful health advantage. From a health perspective, your body processes both sugars the same way. Choose based on taste preference or your recipe's needs, not because one is healthier. This knowledge should empower you. Focus on changes that truly matter and enjoy sweet foods mindfully in moderation.